Alright, welcome back, guys. This is going to be Nuri versus Stroggos in another King of the Hill match brought to us by SC2SCA.com. It is going to be on God's Garden. We are using IC Cup maps tonight because they are hands down much, much better than the Blizzard maps. Sorry, Blizzard, but it's right. So we're going to be having PvT, both top spawns. Interesting. You know, I just noticed, I was like, oh, backdoor natural. I expected it to have rocks just because of a Delta Quadrant. But
yeah, no, man, it's a proper backdoor natural. The one thing that it is, though, is that cliff up the side of there, you can actually, like, play siege tanks and that kind of crap there, and even probably, judging by the look of it, stalkers and that kind of stuff would easily hit the drones working there. So it's kind of like, as you can see, the natural itself, like the front natural, isn't that wide. Like, it's more closed off than stuff like Zelnaga caverns and things like that, but there is only 6 mineral patches there as well.
There's only 6 on all the expansions.
Bit of a risk-reward kind of thing. Is there really? Oh, there's 2.
Yeah, I'm just counting them all. I was like, interesting. Because I would have thought the backdoor natural, because it was safer, you'd only have 6 patches, and then the front one, because it was more dangerous, you'd have 8 or something, but no, never mind. I'll shut up.
The other interesting thing is about this map, I remember, while it's incredibly easy to take 3 bases, you really need map control to be able to take that 4th. Like, if you have a look, there is nowhere, like the closest to your front natural is another front natural that is actually quite a distance away. So, like, you really need control over that middle in some way, shape, or form to be able to take that next base. And I remember playing PvZ on it. I remember it was almost to the point where, like, you'd get close to mining out your 3 bases before you bothered taking a 4th, simply because it was just so hard to defend that really wide area in the middle. Yeah. From, like, constant zergling run-bys and also the drops in the back door and stuff. And there are a couple of interesting PvZs where you kind of just swap your main base over and, like, let your main base die and rebuild where you've got minerals and just drain.
Yeah, I've just noticed this is a massively open, so that is going to favour Zerg so much.
Yeah, man, like, if there was a Zerg playing anyway. But I think the massively openness is going to favour probably Terran in this situation, I think. I think just the general...
I don't know, whoever doesn't do 1A, it'll help better.
Yeah, you're right.
But there's so many 1As around. God. Anyway, we got standard stuff from Nuri. He's not going off at the natural. Not walling off at the ramp. He doesn't want to get stuff sniped there. But at the same time, if you do some kind of stalker poke, that's even more dangerous. But we're nowhere near that far into the game for that yet.
When the probe just escapes, it looks like Stroggos will be building that first zealot, and he's not getting that second gas, so he could be doing a 1-gate expand to the back, or maybe even a 1-gate expand to the front. No, he's getting that second gas, so he will be going for a bit more of few more buildings before he chooses to expand. Meanwhile, Tech Lab going down for Nuri, so it looks like he's going to be going for some sort of Marauder play early on. Maybe a Reaper to scout. I can imagine, I'm not sure whether or not Reapers could hop that back cliff. It looks like they could.
No way. No way, look at that.
You don't reckon?
Well,
from the left side, though.
Oh, from the left side, yeah, but not from the back side, because I know...
Oh, yeah, no, definitely not. Like, dude, you can't even access the back side. But, like, if you go from the left side and jump up that way, then go through the back of the main there, Reapers could be quite strong here.
Oh, yeah, but, actually, that's really safe, because... Oh, no, never mind. I was just thinking you the Reapers might have to come through the top and come through the main, but then I just realised, no, I'm stupid. Never mind.
Really interesting decision by Nuri to expand out to his front. I'm not really sure the point of that, because the Protoss really doesn't have much opportunity to abuse this cliff in the back, which is really the only weakness of the cliff in the back. I guess he can blink Stalker and maybe abuse it a bit that way, but even then, I'm not sure. I still would have expanded to the back if I was Nuri, but it just looks like he's more comfortable doing his build. It's a long map anyway, and he is going to be able to get away with this. Maybe he just wants to secure his front down here now with bunkers, so he doesn't have to bother trying to push out of his front later, and then he can easily expand to the back.
Yeah, Nuri's mass barracks macro is really, really strong. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Maybe he just did what I did and was like, oh, there's a back natural, it must have rocks on it, screw it. That's probably what's happening.
We've got Stroggos going for Phoenix, so this could play out rather interesting.
Yeah, he did this versus Rift too. He kept like 2 Phoenix alive for God knows how long. It was really effective. Just the constant scouting and stuff. So
yeah, it's a really strong scout. Like if you look at the speed of a Phoenix compared to the speed of a Observer, which obviously doesn't have speed, because who the hell gets Observer speed ever?
Yeah.
So, like, he's, like, the Phoenix is a really efficient scout, and the other thing that's a really efficient scout is Hallucinated Phoenix, and I really like both as a opportunity to scout, almost more than the Observer.
Yeah, for the early stages of the game, you want that kind of stuff, but I still prefer that Observer just sitting at the at the front to check where the army is.
See, the only problem with that I find is that if you set a Phoenix out the front of the army, if it gets shot or if you notice them moving out, you can easily run it away. If he runs under your observer and scans and just kills it, it's like,
Yeah,
well,
true.
it looks like I need to halt Immortal or Colossi production to produce another observer. And while all that's happening, you have no idea whether or not he's actually pushing forward to you or if he was just killing the observer, and it kind of puts you in this awkward spot.
Yeah, so here we go. We got the 2 Phoenix coming out, and he's going to see 4 racks from Nuri. Interesting. See, this is what I love. 2 Phoenixes lift up that work of building the racks. That's going to be so frustrating from a Terran, just to see that happen. Like, he's only got 2 Marines so far, too, so he could probably take out these Marines himself if he had the energy.
He doesn't have the energy, unfortunately. Yeah. But it looks like he's queuing up a lot of Marines right now. He kind of panicked and saw them and went, oh, shit. Started building a whole bunch of Marines. Still not sending an SCV to build that barracks. There it goes now. He's got a lot of supply. He's at 38 of 54. So that's a lot of extra supply. He's got no opportunity of getting supply cap. Stroggos going Templar off 1 base, which is actually a really nice... After he scouts this heavy barracks composition that he's got no medebacks and he's definitely going to be pushing. Yeah. I really like this by Stroggos. The only thing is that I feel like if Nuri doesn't push and just sits back on his base and hides behind his bunkers and takes that 3rd and starts abusing drop play, Stroggos might really struggle with that.
Well, he's got his natural now. I think he was just trying to get that Templar Archives out ASAP. He'll want a lot more gateways, though. He'll want at least, 6 more gateways to be able to support this off, 2 base. Especially if it's just only gateway units. I'd like to see a couple of turrets go down, though, for Nuri. He's getting a lot of units being picked off. These Stalkers have 2 and 2. So 4 workers being picked off so far. There goes the missile turret in the mineral liner. 2 missile turrets there. Great work. See, this is something I've never really seen before. 3 easily defended bases. It's always one
Yeah,
well,
that's it. It's going to make for a really interesting game because I think the Terran... I almost think he should adapt and not just go this heavy a bio. I think he should start going tanks, start getting some camping set up and, and use the bio to abuse drops if Stroggos tries to take his 3rd, but otherwise just push it out to a late game.
He got the worker on the factory again. That's going to make Nuri tilt. Go. Yeah. Anyway, let's jump back here. The natural is up now for Stroggos, transferring probes. Storm is now done, so he's going to be safe from any kind of push here. He's very Marine heavy. He's very Marine heavy.
There's only 6 patches at that thing, and he transferred almost 24 probes.
Oh, yeah, he'd probably need to take 6 or 7 back. Or he can put 6 or 7 in the Vespene guys, and then he's perfectly saturated. There you go. Or pretty much close to optimal.
Well, he's just above perfect, most optimal possible saturation at his nat, and in the meanwhile, he only has, 14 or so in his main, so that's he should definitely pull some back to his main, but that's obviously just a mistake. He probably doesn't even realize, if I was playing, I probably wouldn't realize there was only 6 mineral patches the first time I played the map.
Yeah.
So I can't really fault him too much on that.
Ghost Academy going down, right at the front of the natural though. I'm kind of not really keen on that building placement because that can get sniped pretty damn easily, but we do have supply block here for Nuri. That's gotta hurt. He was so far ahead in supply and then gets supply blocked. Okay, but anyway. Something I noticed from Stroggos in the last game versus Star Hunter, but he got 95 probes by the end on 3 bases. I feel like at about that point you want to stop building probes.
Yeah, ideally it's about, in my opinion anyway, it's about 70, maybe mid-60s to mid-70s you want to stop producing probes, no matter how many bases you've got. Any more than that and it just kind of dints in too much to your maxed out army. And, you need that army to fight with. It's good to have a good, solid economy, but it's almost better at some points to have more army. You don't want to have 4K minerals banked and then, spawn, have your whole army die and have him just roll over you. So, yeah, Stroggos actually pushing out now with... It's kind of like what we saw against, the Terran he played last time. He kind of pushes out at this awkward timing where he doesn't have any units and he pauses.
On the offensive and pauses.
What I really think...
Oh, is it? Hang on.
It's insanely laggy. I'm not noticing any lag. But anyway, what I really think the Terran needs to do is he just scouted this push coming. He needs to move out of his natural and use that wide open area to, surround so he can't just get destroyed by Psystorm. But it looks like he's just going to camp in his natural and this storm could absolutely devastate him.
Get the sheep off the line.
But yeah, if you look at Stroggos' the units that can actually attack by themselves. It's 7 Zealots and 3 Stalkers, and his opponent has 20